What do you want most in life? A question that changed someone's life. A question that changed so many lives. What if you asked that question to someone that had neither? A person that had nowhere to go, had no food, and basically couldn't live. They just had to survive.
The children were going to be evicted from their property, and they had nowhere to go. And there was $2,700 missing, and they had 10 days to go before that they were going to be evicted. And my husband and I, at this point, just realised how lucky we were to have everything that we have. And we made a pretty instinctive, snap decision on the spot to send that money by PayPal in order to make sure that those kids were going to be saved.
I know that I've heard of some of our kids left with their mothers that were already sick, got thrown out of the house by the fathers, ended up in the street. Mother passes away, they end up on the street. Other things are neglect. Certainly a lot of little girls are being neglected and end up having to fend for themselves in conditions that are unacceptable by any standards. Martin, who is our founder, his father had thrown him and himself out of the house in the middle of the night. They had to run with it. He ended up on the streets, which is a typical case of children in Uganda ending up on the streets. He gathered these children that were on the streets around him that had difficulties and that really were living on the lower end of what you can live on the street. I think that what he's living is unbearably and unfortunately reality in Uganda and in sub-Saharan Africa as a rule, and in other places of the world. I don't think that it's special in and of itself. What I do think makes Martin special is that he did not sit on his laurels. He did not decide, okay, well now my life is fine and screw it, I'm going with it. He stopped, turned around and said, if I can make it, I can make others make it. And I think that is why everybody's so involved and so engaged around him. We have 5 kids that are HIV positive, 2 of which were declared, which means that you express the sickness, which means that your immune system is very weak. Moses, unfortunately, first of all, expressed it much sooner than Juliet and was hit much harder. We took him out of the orphanage, put him in a family, so that he wouldn't be exposed to so many germs and viruses and etc. as you can have in collectivity. It wasn't enough, unfortunately. He developed very serious illnesses, and the fact that he was taking medicine made it that he had developed huge ulcers in his stomach because of his treatment, and it was beyond helping, which bothers me most because it shouldn't be beyond helping.
If anybody has time, if they have a skill set, if they are good on accounting or secretarial work or networking, if they have a group of people that they know that they think could be interested in this, from any different walk of life, from any background, as long as people are interested in our cause and they want to join the team in any way, it's like a huge family. And we like to think of it as being a huge global family.
The best part about being involved in Chances for Children is that you make a difference. You actually make a difference. What happens in these kids' lives are directly impacted by what you do, what you give, your involvement and your dedication. And the fact that you can see it so palpably is the best part.
And I think it's really, really important for everybody to understand that we give every single cent goes straight to the children, to helping them.
That every single cent goes to the kids, for the kids. Food, scholarity, clothes, medicals, a lot of medicals, unfortunately.
It's all through education. It's all through helping these people and these children as they grow up to learn how to fend for themselves. It's going back to the very old expression, give a man a net and not a fish. Uganda is actually one of the most fertile countries in Africa. And the reason that they're not farming most of the Uganda properly is that they just don't know how. So one of our main focuses is going to be building a self-sustaining farm where not only the children can eat, the orphanage can be sustained, and as the children grow up, we would like to teach them to farm and use their hands in very different manual ways in order to build themselves a future.
I could help someone have a better life. And I want to help, and I know a lot of people want to help, but they don't know where to start. And I hope that this inspires people to do something very similar all around the world. Because I'm very sure there are so many children that just want love and affection. We always say to ourselves that we can't change anything, that one person can't change anything. But this is how one person changed 58 lives.